Queensland is famous for its beaches. People come from all over the world to see the long stretches of white sand, beautiful ocean, swimming all the way up. Down here in the southeast, all the way up to Cape York, you've got thousands of miles of beaches, most of which you can drive on. Also down here in the southeast, you've got 3 of the biggest sand islands in the world, in Fraser Island, Moreton Island, and here on North Stradbroke Island. Ron, what do you think of this job?
It's fantastic, mate, isn't it? I reckon it's time for me to take my boots off and get a bit of sand between my toes, mate.
You'll get the sand between your toes, feel the ocean between them as well.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. These beaches just stretch away almost to infinity, and they're so close to Brisbane, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, as I said, those 3 islands I was talking about, they're only within an hour of Brisbane, just off the coast here. Real accessible, easy to get to. There's ferries coming out all day, every day. Yeah. So great access, sensational fishing, unique lakes in the middle of the islands, all sorts of features to look at. So we're going to go and check them out over the next few days.
Got to get these suckers off, mate. Feel some sand between the toes. Beautiful, look at that.
Sand driving, desert, or as we are here today on the sand on the beach, North Stradbroke Island, got to reduce your tyre pressures. Reducing your tyre pressures allows the vehicle's tyre to spread out on the sand and support its weight. So if you're not somewhere in the teens with your PSIs, you're too high and you're probably going to get stuck. 4-wheel drive low range. Don't get talked into trying to do this in 2-wheel drive high range. It's just a waste of time. Very taxing on the vehicle's transmission. Basically, yeah, it's pretty stupid. You've got the hardware in the vehicle, use it. Don't fight the car. The vehicle, especially in soft stand, will move around a little bit. So don't wrestle the steering wheel too much. Let the vehicle sort of float around. Obviously, you've got to be observant for creek crossings like this. Keep your speed down. You don't want to be travelling too fast. 40 k's an hour is more than fast enough for most beaches. Any faster than that and you won't be able to pull up in time. When you do want to pull up, don't use the brakes. It's always a good idea to let the vehicle simply coast to a stop. Hitting the brakes too hard, especially if you haven't had too much practice, means you might bury the nose and actually bog the vehicle. Which leads us to, if you do feel the vehicle starting to wheel spin and get stuck in soft, fluffy sand, don't floor it. Flooring the throttle will only get you bogged even deeper. And as anybody that's dug out a 4-wheel drive on a stinking hot day knows, that's not much fun. This is a washout typical of many Australian beaches. We can see this here now in the late afternoon, but in the middle of the day they're notoriously difficult to see. So this is a really good reason why you should keep your speed down and obviously keep paying attention to your driving. Hit one of these too fast and you're guaranteed to do damage.
The adventure and the enjoyment begins as soon as you begin driving south on Main Beach. A couple of roos coming down onto the beach. I'm not too sure what they're here for. They might be here for the salt, or there might be a little freshwater soak that comes across the beach nearby. They're not really worried about us humans.
Hot tip for camp cooking, 2 fry pans, one which fits over the top of the other one like that. You can get them just about anywhere. Really good for creating beery onions.
Our early morning drive took us south to the southernmost tip of the island. One of the things you need to be aware of when you're on Straddie is that there is a few restricted areas where you're not allowed to enter, such as down the southern end of the island. There's quite a bit of country. You're allowed to drive along the beach, but you're not allowed to go inland. Basically to protect some cultural resources and also significant natural resources. It's a good idea, and if you do the right thing, we'll be allowed to come here forever.
Many years ago, four-wheel drives were made big, bulky and truck-like, and they had big, bulky mirrors, which were great for seeing behind you. They were long, tall things that hung off the side of the vehicle, way out off the door, showing you right back to the tailgate or back to your caravan or boat behind you. Over the years, four-wheel drives have become more civilised, more passenger car-like, and mirrors have got smaller. They no longer look as far back as they used to, and those of us that like a big mirror, we want something different. Particularly those people that like to tow, they want a big mirror that extends right out so you can see what's behind your trailer. MSA four-wheel drive accessories has come up with a new four-way adjustable driving mirror. In its standard setting, it's a rectangular mirror sitting vertical, so it has a nice tall reach. You can see what's beside you and what's away back. You would look further out to the side, you just tilt the mirror 90 degrees and it shows you out wider. You wouldn't look even wider again, you can extend the mirror outwards to show you what's back behind your trailer or way back in the convoy. It's a really clever system which doesn't look too much unlike an OE production mirror. It doesn't look like an elephant's ears hanging out the side. The mirrors are electronically adjustable if the car originally had electronically adjustable mirrors, and a clever function is that when you tilt the mirror 90 degrees, the controller automatically adjusts, so you still have the standard up, down, side to side adjustment. It doesn't actually change when you turn the mirror around. Also, if the mirrors are factory heated in your car, the MSA driving mirrors also retain that heating accessory to demist them on cold mornings. And things like this Volkswagen Amarok we're driving here, which has its GPS sensor in the mirror, that's in there as well. Now this is a brand new product from MSA four-wheel drive accessories, and this car is actually the very first prototype of the product. We're test driving it a few months before it comes out on the market. And when it hits the market, it'll be out there for all the popular four-wheel drive models. LandCruiser, Prado, Hilux, Ranger, Navara, Colorado, and of course Volkswagen Amarok here. There'll be more models coming out as the brand expands, and it's something we think will be very popular with many four-wheel drivers.
Part of the management programs for these areas, these wild areas, keeping them wild and natural, is to get rid of feral animals, and that's what's happened here. What's also happened is a number of the campsites have been closed off as well while they do this. So be aware of that, check the website, and then you can plan your trip properly. Dotted amongst these hills, giant vegetated sand dunes really. I find it incredible that all this vegetation grows on sand, and perched in amongst them are these lakes, perch lakes they're called. This one, white fellas know it as Blue Lake. To the Aboriginals, it's Kabura, and it's a fairly sacred place. But it's also the source of the island's drinking water, so they don't want you swimming in it. It's a 5K walk, round trip into the lake and back again, quite easy, fairly level, in amongst this beautiful forest. Really enjoyable. Dunwich is the gateway to Straddie. It's where the ferries arrive and leave from. It's a nice little spot, got all the amenities you want, and it's just a short drive across the island to Main Beach. When you come to Straddie, you need a couple of permits. You need a vehicle permit for your vehicle and a camping permit. Both are available from Minjerribah Camping. Their office is just off the ferry as you come onto the island, and if it's not open, there are a couple of other places, campgrounds and things like that, where you can get both permits. It's important you do so, because they do come around and check regularly. We're at Amity Point. We've got a fairly laid-back, casual atmosphere. Launch a boat here, go fishing off the shore. Beach access for four-wheel drives just around the corner. Can't go very far though, really. You certainly can't get over to Point Lookout. And we've got some friendly locals looking for a feed of fish. We've met up with Barefoot Dave from Straddie Kingfishers Tours. Tell us a little bit about your operation, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Ron. Today we're out sandboarding, as you can see.
Yep.
So we've got a lovely bunch of international people from all parts of the world.
Yep.
Sandboarding.
Yep.
This is not only the other activity. We kayaking. We offer kayaking, eco tours, half day, full day, barbecue on the beach. Best dining room in the world you've seen, mate.
100-star restaurant, mate.
It is. Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful day tour.
Yep.
And we pick up people from Brisbane.
Yeah.
They come over in a water taxi. We simply meet them there,
Yeah.
show them this island paradise,
Yeah.
and then we drop them back at the end of the day.
Okay. No, it is fantastic. They're having a lot of fun out there.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few spills though.
Yeah, well that's true. That's why I haven't got on them, mate. My old bones are too broken for that.
I know.
Yeah, but it's good fun. It's a fabulous island. Tell us, what do you think's going to happen with the mining closing down in next year, isn't it?
Yeah, 2019 it'll be gone. It'll be finished.
Yep.
The mines will be taken over by tourism. So there's a lot of tourism product now that's coming online, which will absorb the workers from the mine into the tourism business.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very, very good. There's a lot increasing the ranges, indigenous ranges, all sorts of other occupations that will just filter through, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got a lot of choice of activities, that's for sure. You know, snorkeling and diving and surfing and stand-up paddleboard and everything.
Now we've got something for everyone here.
Yeah.
Even if you just want to sit on the North Gorge, which is the most easterly point in Queensland, and watch the whales. You know the passage of water you can see from here to the horizon. That is the most concentrated passage of any passing of the humpback whale in the world.
Okay.
We get to see 97% of all the whales going north and south. The other 3% are just over the horizon. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing. Well, I think you've got the best office in the world, mate.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I've been doing this 18 years. I love it.
Oh, well, thanks very much,
You're
mate.
welcome.
Really
You're
good.
welcome.
Really
All the
good to
best.
catch up.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Now there comes a time when it's time to roll. And if you don't want to move, you can lose your soul. You can't sit back being comfortable. You're gonna have to answer yes or no. We need to see what you really believe. Are you down for the cause? Are you willing to bleed? If so, then stop throwing the spine. Hop up in the flow, get off the sideline. 'Cause the whole world wants an answer. Real action, no more banter. We need to find out where you're at. Are you prepared to act or a scared cat? Things are about to get rough. You can't shrug and pass the buck. You've been waiting around long enough. The moment is here and you better stand up. It's time. You better stand up. It's time. You better stand up. It's time. You better stand up. Gonna do.
Point Lookout. It's fantastic. Named by Captain James Cook in 1770 when he sailed by. He didn't realise it was an island. That was left to Captain Strauss, who sailed a British frigate into Moreton Bay, naming the island after his father, the Count of Stradbroke. I just love the way the Poms spent their effort naming places after counts and lords and kings and queens. It's fantastic. Anyway, tucked in behind this headland is the township of Point Lookout. Beautiful little spot, absolutely magic beaches. It's the adventure capital of Stradbroke Island. Whether you want to go diving or surfing or snorkeling, windsurfing, kiteboarding, any of those activities, just fantastic place to base yourself. And of course, you've got this absolute fabulous beach, main beach, sweeping south for 30, 40 or more kilometres. Absolute mecca, just great. You'll love it.
How's the Serenity?
No longer can you just use a simple solenoid type dual battery controller. You need electronic ones that talk to the computers in the vehicle, work with the modern wiring systems. Companies like Red Arc Electronics, an Australian company, do a great system with BC-DC charging to look after most modern vehicles. Let's have a look at the one in the back of this Volkswagen. In the Amarok, you have your second battery stored here in the tray, right at the back of the vehicle, and the BC-DC charger is tucked in there right next to it. It controls the charging, so your starter battery is always charged up, and all your accessories run off the secondary battery, keeps your starter ready for get you out of trouble, get you out of anywhere. So that works really well. But also with the Red Arc system, you've got a solar input, so you can charge your batteries from the sun. Red Arc also make a range of solar panels and solar blankets to work with their system. Ronnie's been out on the beach playing with the latest solar blankets from Red Arc.
I've long been a fan of solar blankets. They're very flexible in their use. You can lay them on the ground, drape them over the bonnet, hang them from the side of your car. It's fantastic. Then when you finish using them, you can fold them up into a little box and store them away in the back of your car. This latest one from Red Arc features the latest technology in solar cells, much more efficient, and their construction technique makes them highly reliable and they'll last a long time. Rated at 190 watts, they'll push out about 12 amps under peak conditions. That'll keep your fridge running, your beer cold and your salad crispy. I really like this latest range of Red Arc folding solar blankets.
So there you go folks, Red Arc Electronics, great Australian company. They've got dual battery controller systems for all the vehicles. Late models, old cars, solar charging, everything you need to be camping out in the bush, get cold beers in your fridge.
The sand gets chewed up where the access track hits the beach, so you need a bit of momentum to steer through it and get off the beach. Here you go. Bit of a job for a home handyman. Bit of buffing. We'll fix it up, no problems at all. It's unbelievable. It just goes to show you the power of the sea and how much sand moves around on these islands. It's incredible. Something a little bit different than driving on the beaches all the time. We've found this little four-wheel drive track. It's an absolute cracker. Starts up near Amity Point and follows the spine of the island down to Blue Lake. It passes through some magnificent forest, big tall gum trees, lots of banksia, lots of scrub in flower. This island just keeps on delivering. You've got to come here and experience it all.
Stradbroke Island, pretty bit of a ride, eh?
Oh mate, I really enjoyed it. It was just fantastic. Bit of variety, lots of wildlife, great beach to drive.
Yeah, lovely beach, and the campsite was spectacular.
Yeah.
We had the lovely purple skies of an evening with the sun going down behind us, and then in the morning the sun just popping up out of the ocean.
It was fantastic. I'm going to go and buy myself one of those stickers. I love Straddie.
You go and do that, mate, and then we'll hit the road.
Okay, no worries, sounds good.
Fun. Where are we going next?
Feel some sand between the toes. Beautiful, look at that.
It's quite close to a Russell Coates dance now, eh?
I think so.
What was that dance?
Close to Russell Coates dance. Yeah, we got everything we need. Get a quick shot while I'm here.